Hi, I'm Rob McDonald. We have this great little exercise that we're doing for Nature Canada. We're going to be talking about nature. And so to help me with this conversation, I have my great friend and partner.
Sue Sinclair.
And of course we have dogs.
The perfectly behaved Kula.
And Ziggy, less behaved. So, I thought maybe we could just start this conversation with a little bit of a story, like going back to your childhood. Was there something about engagement in nature that stands out for you?
Absolutely. Although I grew up in a big city, I grew up in Toronto, we were lucky to be within the ravine network.
Right.
And so I have great memories. I'm not sure my parents know this, but
probably just as well.
rafting down the Don River, and just having
wow.
days of playing in the ravines, and then taking up cross-country running and being able to go through and do like a 15-kilometer run,
Right.
all within a park system. I mean,
Which you wouldn't normally associate with like a 15K run in Toronto, but in that natural space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
about you?
Well, same sort of thing. I mean, I grew up in Wakefield, Quebec, and so I was right on the river. We spent a lot of time in the river, and kind of like you, like things that our parents would not want to have known at the time. And then there was all this wooded area in behind our house, and I spent so much time as a kid in that wooded space and didn't really appreciate at the time how important it was to me until I got to be an adult and realized the importance of that exchange, or that role that nature has played in my life.
And I look at dogs and children as a great way to, a powerful reminder. I mean, when children are antsy, crabby, cranky, you get them outside, you get them in the woods, and they're a new person.
Absolutely.
And then they can start putting the pieces together, because I know at times with my own boys, you know, sort of dragging them to go for a hike, but then within minutes they were just, it was a complete reset, and they look back at those hikes with really fond memories.
Yeah. Well, and as you said with the dogs too, I mean, part of what we've been doing for the last few years is helping to encourage people to be more active in nature, and particularly with dogs, because we've seen that magic that results from being active, being in the natural environment, and if you can throw in a dog or two, it's an added bonus.
And we all have anecdotal proof or stories of that happening, but there's more and more research talking about the benefits of forest bathing and certain parts of the world where that will be a prescription for successful management of mental health. So we all have our own personal experience, and it's nice when it starts to get supported by empirical evidence.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. That's and again, as kids, we didn't really appreciate. We appreciated it at some kind of intuitive level, but it's not until we're adults and as you said, supported by evidence now, that we appreciate just how important it is, not just for our physical well-being, but our mental and emotional well-being.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So last thing I thought was just like, is there one thing that stands out for you that maybe that we as a society can do to try to improve the status of the environment? Is there something that stands out for you that?
I think the younger we get engagement, the younger children are getting practical engagement, barefoot in the grass, being on uneven surfaces, exploring, looking at bugs, and looking at all that nature has to offer. I think that's where we start to see real change. There's a lot of children that grow up never having been on anything other than pavement, so it's hard to appreciate something we've never experienced. So if we can get all children outside and experience the beauty of the outdoors, I think that's a really important step to consider.
Yeah, I agree. And then I think going the other way, we need to do more as a society to advocate for Mother Nature. I mean, Mother Nature is a powerful force, but she needs some help with additional voices, whether it's advocating to business for changing the way they package things, advocating on behalf of the natural environment to government, to enact legislation that's going to have a significant impact on the sustainability of this planet.
Absolutely, and active transportation.
Yeah.
Using your car less often. Car sharing, and all sorts of really creative initiatives to decrease our carbon footprint. And it's a win-win. Mother Nature wins, and we benefit at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's less expensive.
Exactly.
So
yeah. Lots of
so
win-win-wins. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I think this was supposed to be about 3 to 5 minutes. I'm being attacked by leaves. And I think we're probably at that point, so we should probably wrap it up.
We could talk for hours.
For hours
so
now. Yeah. Okay.
Those are some
Thanks.
highlights.
Thanks so much, Sue.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.